Thank you very much, and I'd like to add my thanks to the sponsors, to the organisers, and particularly to all of you for coming. I was going to say for braving the conditions to get here, but actually it's got a bit easier since last week, hasn't it? But well done for getting here, and thank you for coming along. As was said, we're talking about transforming business. Transforming business this evening through digital trends and the use of technology. And it's a very important and relevant topic. If you want to think about how relevant it is, just think about the impact it's had on the high street over the last few weeks. Jessop's, Comet, HMV, all in some way, I suspect, did not embrace the digital world and new technology. But it also does give us huge opportunity. It's not just a threat, it gives huge opportunity. Opportunity for new markets, for new business, for new places to move into, for new ways to manufacture and create things. So it's a great opportunity for us. And we look forward to exploring that with our panel. And so, by way of starting, I'd like just to ask the panel, starting with Lisa at the far side there, just to introduce themselves to you. They'll tell you a little bit more about what they do later on, but just a short introduction.
Hi, I'm Lisa Smith. I'm a digital marketeer. I've been working in the industry for 18 years, and more recently I've been working with Birmingham City University as a specialist lecturer.
Great.
Hi, I'm Gray Dudek. I'm Senior Lecturer at Birmingham City University at the New Technology Institute. I'm also founder of a digital consultancy called Planet 9. There's actually a slide in my presentation which explains it much better than that. But
And yeah, I'm Anthony Tatham, the MD of Big Cat, and we're a full-service consultancy specialising quite a lot in the digital space and also organising events, this being one of them, with offices in Birmingham but also in London.
And I'm Henry Jerwood from Coventry University Enterprises, and I'll tell you a bit more about myself a little later on. That is our agenda. At the end, you will see your challenge. It's very easy to come to these sort of events and nod your head and take the handouts away and go away and do nothing with it. You put it on a shelf. Now that does improve business, probably for IKEA because they sell more Billy bookcases, but it doesn't actually do your business any good at all. So what we're going to do at the end is I'm going to hand out some sheets that give you an opportunity to reflect on what you've heard this evening, talk to the people afterwards if you like, and put down some ideas that you're going to follow up on. And because my background is in sales and I'm used to sales targets and everything, I have also put something at the bottom that says February the 28th. And what I want you to do is to put a note in your diary, and 1 month from today, I want you to pick this up wherever it happens to be, hopefully on top of your desk, and work out what you've done, how you've developed it, and where to go next. Anyway, more of that a little bit later on. So, what about me? I'm managing a project that is funded by the European Union called Smarter Working West Midlands. I'll tell you a bit about that in a moment. My background is in the IT and services industry. Actually, that's not quite true. I'm a production engineer, working for a machine tool company, and I'm on a 2-year secondment to the IT department. But that was in the very early 1970s, and I never went back. So, oh, we're knocking on a bit. What's going on here? And I, in fact, went into IT development, and then into IT sales and marketing. And I had many different roles in IT sales, working for companies like Fujitsu, like Compaq, and McDonnell Douglas. And there were all sorts of areas that we got involved in that were very new and very different and changed the way people did business. One of them was in the area of electronic commerce. And in fact, I joined the Electronic Commerce Association a long time ago, and you'll see from the state of this briefcase how long ago it was, because electronic commerce then was a new technology, a completely new idea. Unless you were in the automotive industry, nobody ever did it. And now, how much do we actually do by writing checks? Very little, I suspect. We do all our consumer work online with cards digitally. But it's not very long ago that that actually was quite a revolutionary way to operate. Of course, actually, I'm not quite sure why we're here today, in one respect, because innovation and change and new trends in digital technology actually all happened in about 1970 when I went into programming. In fact, it was the world's most advanced computer. I mean, how about that? Why do we need one today? I mean, it had 32K of memory. You know, it had several 5 megabyte disks. Why do we need more technology today? It's interesting, isn't it? I was at a family party the other week, and I got talking to somebody of a similar age to me about how big their computer was when they started and how many K of memory they had and whatever. And a couple of 12-year-olds who were there as well at this party said, "Oh gosh, listen to them talking away." And I said, "Yeah, but you imagine coming to a family party in 30 years' time, and you'll be talking away, and you'll say, 'I had an iPhone,' and the kids will be saying, 'Yeah, no, what? Is that in the museum somewhere?' Because technology continually moves on, doesn't it? It moves and moves and moves. And it just reinforces the fact that technology has come on a long way, but it really is going to go further. I don't know why these slides keep going in different directions, but I'm sure we'll find out.
Moving on, aren't they?
It's totally random technology, isn't it? It's a wonderful thing.
Which slide do you want it on?
Oh, I don't know. Go back to the iPhone. How about that? Next one.
So
That's it.
obviously really sensitive.
Yeah, it is very sensitive. Yes, iPhone and iPad. And everything else. I know there are other technology manufacturers, but this is the problem, isn't it, these days? Actually, there are so many different technologies out there. There is so much. You could spend your entire life. I saw somebody the other day walking along with a laptop. Didn't even touch anything then, honest.
Have you got it set to...
I'll put it down there.
slide.
I haven't got it set to anything, I hope. But somebody walking along with a laptop, with an iPad on the top, with a phone on the top. And I'm thinking, I bet they've got a desktop as well. Now, it's all wonderful, but I think it brings home the point that's most important, which is technology needs to be manageable and usable and useful. And what's useful for one business won't be useful for another. We need to get the right mix. And I think that's a big part of what we do in the Smarter Working Programme. The Smarter Working Programme that I'm involved with is about making people more productive. That's the important thing. Making people develop the way they do business in different ways. And it's going to carry on doing this, whether I like it or not, isn't it? But it's about different technologies, different ways of working. Do you work from home? Do you work in a big office? Do you work in different ways? Do you work virtually? Do you spend different ways in time and travel? It's all about it being tailored to your business. No, it's not going to have it, is it? Don't know where we're going, but never mind. One of the things that's important, I think, to think about, and it's just one thing I want to mention quickly, and we'll talk about it afterwards if you'd like to. One of the areas that Smarter Working is working on is actually helping businesses not only to develop in new directions, but to save in what they're doing now. And it's still going on, isn't it? Shall we go back? And we do have a programme running, and I can talk to you about it afterwards, that if you want to look at the way you use energy, whether you can actually save energy, whether you can be more efficient, then we have some support that we can give you. But I'll move it on. Trends. Where is technology going? Well, I had a look at a whole load of different areas, from Gartner and goodness knows what. But I found this guy, Daniel Burns. And if any of you has a better title to put on your business card than Daniel Burns, then I challenge you to say it, because I reckon to be a business strategist and global futurist is pretty much means you've arrived, doesn't it? That is pretty good. But he talks about all sorts of different things that in 2013 he thinks will be important, and some of those we will talk about. But just to give an idea, big data. We just get more and more and more information, don't we? We get masses of it. What do we do with it? Is there something useful we can do with it? Can we analyse it usefully? E-books. E-books is a fascinating area because e-books has actually created a new market. It's threatened the publishing industry, but it's created a whole new market where anybody in here can publish a book. Now, it requires some marketing to get people to know you've published it, and we'll talk a little bit about social media and marketing and that sort of thing later on. But it has created a whole new area, hasn't it? Gamification. There's a good new word. If there's any word to take away from today, you've got to be gamifying something. But what that's seriously about is using gaming technology, interactive technologies, not just to play a game and get better at it, but to learn about something. And it's becoming more and more a part of the curriculum from infant school right through to be able to play games and learn about the subject. And if you want an example that we can all think about, then it's called a flight simulator, because pilots have been learning by using a game for a long time. Now this is an area that's moving forward and forward, and if any of you are in training or that sort of area, thinking about a game is quite an interesting way of looking at how people will learn in the future. Location awareness. Location awareness is something that's quite scary, because now if you walk past a restaurant, you could get a message on your phone to say, "Hi, glad you're in the area. Do you want a free drink? Pop in." What does that do for a business? If you can actually work out where people are, where your customers are, where your potential customers might be. There's so many different areas that this can help you on. But the one thing I'd say about all of those is it needs to be business focused, not technology focused. And I hope that will come through from this evening. Because technology can do wonderful things, but it's making it business focused, and business focused for your business. What's specific and interesting for you? What gives you a new marketing angle? What gives you a new channel to market, a new way to deliver something to your customers? It needs to be for your business, it needs to be effective. So, with that in mind, I'd like to ask our panel to come and speak to us now on their different subjects. First of all, Anthony is coming along. We'll take questions at the end of the sessions, if that's all right. So if you'd like to make a note of any questions you have as you go along, and then we'll have a Q&A session at the end.